Dalton, and I'm a senior studying linguistics at Boise State University. And
Hi, everyone!
Boise State! So, I'm here to persuade you to think differently the next time you hear a person speak English with an accent. So there's this guy in North Carolina. Last year he put a sign up in his diner that said, "No speak English, no service," and he specified American English. So I have a problem with that, and so for him, not just any English will do. And I think he thinks like a lot of Americans, so this isn't just some guy in North Carolina. My problem with this is that when Thomas Jefferson wrote, "All men are created equal," as a country, we've taken that idea and expanded it greatly. Fortunately now, all women are created equal. And look how far we've come. I mean, really, it's amazing what we've been able to do. So, slavery ends, women can vote, racial segregation is outlawed. I'm proud of us. But we have one more thing that we need to add, because discrimination based on language use is one of the most commonly, widely accepted forms of discrimination in the United States today. So that's where we need to go. We need to change this. So through my studies in linguistics, I've seen that we have a lot of language myths that influence our ideas about language use. So they come to us through education, and they come to us through, popular culture. So, My Fair Lady is the example I'm going to use. So Henry Higgins finds Eliza Doolittle. She has a terrible Cockney accent. He's going to change her life if he could just change her accent. So there's two myths that are in this movie. One is that some accents are inferior. This isn't true. All accents are equal. No accent is good or bad. And yes. And then myth number two is that an accent can be easily changed. And that also isn't true. When a baby is in the womb, it can hear the language of its mother. And at 24 hours old, that baby can tell which sounds are part of its language or not. Then by 7 months old, this is amazing, you guys. If you take home anything, take home this. At 7 months old, the baby's brain prunes out the sounds that it really doesn't need to know. So when we say, oh, a person's lazy because they have an accent, that's just not fair. Because from this we can see that language is biological. So, we think language is good or bad, it's not. But what we do is we take this and we lay it onto the person and we say, that person's not intelligent, or they have a low character because they're not American enough for me. I don't like that. I don't like us to treat people like that in this country. But My Fair Lady did get one thing right, and it is true that if you speak with a standard English, you'll get treated better in our society. And the standard doesn't mean anything except for that's what most of the people use. It doesn't mean that it's better. So we started to train our eyes. When we see somebody who looks different than us, we try to step past that and go, okay, this is still a human being. We don't do that with our ears yet. We hear an accent, and we don't hear through that accent. We just say, that person isn't as smart as me. So this is a really current issue. I don't want you to think that this isn't something that matters. Right now in Arizona, this is happening to teachers who have the same accent as the children in their classroom. Ridiculous. And then the next slide is going to show you a study done where people listened to people speaking an accent or without an accent and decided that people with an accent weren't as truthful when everybody was reading from the same script and the participants knew that. Okay, look at this. So The Onion picked up on Idaho. It's one of the few things The Onion has done about Idaho. This is embarrassing to me. And, oh gosh. So let's not stop now. Let's not close down the grand experiment lab that is America. Let's open it up. Let's start thinking differently about language. Let's think logically about language and what it is. So I think language should be protected in our laws, but also really in our hearts and in our minds. So the next time you hear a person speak English with an accent, think, oh wait, that girl at IgniteBoise told me to think differently about this.